This is the Okie Smokin podcast, where last week we came on here and talked a little bit about the reunion we had and our cooked brisket. Also mentioned 5 things you want to do when you cook that brisket. Talked about our blueberry hot sauce that I made and your epic meatloaf that we did low carb with those pork rinds.
So good.
Wasn't it? It was really, really good. So
I feel like we should make that again.
We should make that again. And we'll have some comments. I got a couple of comments on that video at the end of this video. We'll go over some YouTube comments. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about, once again, our blueberry hot sauce and how we had it on some cream cheese. Did that today. It's really hot out. So the cream cheese, cooking it was melting, literally melting a lot more than normal.
It still turned out good, though.
Yeah.
It tasted really good.
We got a video also that was released on that. We're going to talk about some future of flavors that we might come out with on the hot sauce and a few other things, as well as some smoked chicken cream cheese that we made today, or Dolores did. She's going to go over all of the details on that. Also,
they're going to say, golly, she likes a lot of cream cheese and jalapenos.
Cream cheese and jalapenos. They go just in about every dish around here. Also, a top 10 list that I found that came out in May of the top 10 barbecue restaurants. None of them, they actually had a list of 100. None of them were in Oklahoma. This is from Yelp.com and from the Yelp ratings. But there's one in particular I was going to mention that I want to go to that's not too far. It is out of state, but not too far that I want to go to. We'll get to that in a little bit later. And then, of course, we're going to have you read some comments towards the end of this podcast. So if that sounds like something of interest to you, and I bet it does, stick around for episode number 29.
Time to fire up that grill. From smoked pork to smash burgers, outdoor cooking just tastes better. This is the Okie Smokin podcast. And here's your host, John Berry.
Yep, with my beautiful co-host, lovely wife, Dolores.
Hello.
She is the sous chef around here.
Always, I try to be.
Always making out some good dishes. Likes to use cream cheese.
I know, and jalapenos.
We stuck them in some meatloaf. Talked about that on our last episode. So today we went ahead and just made cream cheese, and we did it with some blueberry sauce. So we went ahead and first took this cream cheese out, and we don't use any particular brand, just an inexpensive
cream cheese is
cream cheese is cream cheese as far as I'm concerned. We got it at Winco. It's the house brand. And you took a knife to it and scored it. You just went ahead and cut it up. One of them you kind of had trouble with.
Oh yeah, it was already melting.
Yeah, it was melting. We had it on the counter. We were in the house still, but it got to 105 degrees today.
It did.
So it was very difficult, especially.
We swam in the pool too, and it was nuts.
Yeah, especially whenever we got the cream cheese out to the grill, because we put it on the pit boss. But when I started the pit boss, the inside was already above 130, 140 degrees, 150 degrees before a fire even. You could have just put it in there.
Right,
and it would have cooked.
Turning it on.
I like to put it to 180, but we couldn't get it that low.
We should have tried the egg trick where you put it on the ground and you see if it cooks.
Well, it might have today.
Right. We'll have to try that one day.
When it gets hot again. But yeah, we did that. Now, you used different seasonings on both of those cream cheeses, right?
Yeah, one was the Boar's Night Out, and the other one was your
and you used
honeybee.
Yeah, it's like the Dirty Bird.
Yeah.
Or it's a Cosmos honey.
Yeah.
And it was real good. We put that on. We put your Midwest Boar's Night Out.
That's my favorite one.
And man, it
was good.
It was good. Put it all around the edges, all around the sides. But once we put it on the grill, within minutes, it was starting to melt. And at first, I thought this was going to look like plum liquid. But we didn't get it to that far. So on the pit boss, there is a setting, and we were clocking in at 260, 270 degrees cooking this. And when it got on there, and we had it on the bottom grate.
So, question, like, what if it was like frozen and we scored it and then put it on? Would it have done the same or like made it like?
Yeah, I don't know.
Still pretty.
It probably would have done the same, but not as quick. Yeah, probably wouldn't have done it as quick. The way that was hot, it wouldn't have took long to thaw out anyway.
Right, because the chicken thing that I made, I put the cream cheese was frozen, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, how am I gonna get it? So I
Just
decided to stick it
outside.
outside and literally.
It's just like now you can thaw out things outside, just like in the winter, you throw your drinks out there.
Right.
And just let them stay cold. Yeah, so that turned out really, really well. After it cooked, and it did melt quite a bit, we did get it in. I only cooked it about an hour.
It still tasted so good.
If it's not as hot like this fall, I said we're going to do another one once it's October, November, around Halloween, a perfect time. Make a Halloween cream cheese.
We should try like a pumpkin one. Like
that'd be great. Yeah, we'll try, and we should be able to cook to that 180 to 200 degree mark at that time.
Experiment on stuff.
Of course, this is Oklahoma. It could still be 90 degrees in Halloween, or it could be 30. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it won't be no 105. That we can promise you that. So we should be able to cook it slower, cook it longer, smoke it, and make it a little more presentable. But it tasted great. And I don't know if it's because it's so hot, but I mentioned this in the video. It tasted a lot like
a marshmallow.
Did you taste that like a little bit?
A little bit.
No, I think it's because it was so hot.
I could tell that what you're talking about.
Yeah, a little roasted marshmallow taste to it.
Yeah. So when you did both of them, we added your blueberry habanero sauce on it.
Right. We added the blueberry habanero hot sauce on one of them. We added it to the honey one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was really good. I liked it.
It went well with it.
So I did like a cheat week. And so today I was like eating crackers and stuff, and it tasted really good with the cracker.
And you're not going to cheat again?
Until November.
When we head to Arizona?
No, on my birthday.
Oh, on your birthday. Okay.
But I mean, it's close to
It's close to it. Okay. Very good. So that was our cream cheese. Anything else you'd like to say about it? Anything you liked about it?
I thought I liked the Boar's Night Out seasoning on that.
Yeah, we didn't
taste it really good. So Jacob, our youngest, decided to try it with, and he said that was really good too.
Yeah, and we didn't add no spicy ones to it this time. Sometimes I like to add a little one that's kind of got some jalapeno or some habanero.
Well, it's because
but we did have the hot sauce on it.
Yeah, and that tasted really good.
But that hot sauce isn't super hot, and I've thinned it out a little bit where I've changed it up a little bit. What do you think of that?
I like it.
So our older batch that we've done, and we're trying to fine tune this, is
serious.
thicker.
I really think you should do the salsa with how we have it.
Okay. So Dolores wants me to also create a blueberry salsa.
Yes. And it is so good, and it's so spicy. Like,
right.
Yeah. I think you should do that one.
We could do a matching salsa.
Like a little set, like do the
little salsa and a little hot sauce, which we just do that for fun, kind of like this podcast. Do it for fun. I'm not out here trying to, mass produce it. I'm not shipping it to anybody online or anything like that. But friends and family, if they want it, they can have some, and we'll sell some of it because we got the cottage law, so we can sell it in Oklahoma, but we cannot sell it outside of the state at this time.
So also with the cream cheese thing, we tried it with the Dorito chip. Remember?
Yes,
it tasted good, but me and Jacob and I, it was just
too cheesy.
Did you think so?
I'm a Doritos type of guy. I thought it was pretty good. But, I didn't mind it too much. I did not mind it.
I did try it with like a plain Tostito chip, and no. It's a no-go on that.
You think the Ritz crackers is where it's at?
Yeah. And I was trying to find, what did that lady say about the Ritz cracker on one of your your things, your videos. She said try it with what kind of cracker?
Oh, I cannot remember.
And I was looking, okay, me and Jacob were down the aisle. They have so many Ritz crackers. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was one specific cracker that she said we
we'll
needed.
Have to go back and
So we'll have to go through her comments or go through her YouTube comments. Was that on YouTube?
I cannot remember.
I think it probably was.
Trying to find a Ritz cracker. Oh my gosh, John! There's so many different kinds. I didn't know
you can get a burnt one. You can get a light one. You can get
the crispies.
Different garlic,
crazy.
all kind of different things on them, probably, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it turned out quite well. And talking about the hot sauce, which I said, we are going to be looking into making some additional flavors as well. I want to do just a basic version, just a mild, a medium, and a hot.
Yeah.
But what if the blueberry, we added some Carolina Reaper to it and had a Carolina Reaper blueberry?
Ooh.
Or instead of going that route, should we change the flavor to like a pineapple or mango Carolina Reaper?
Well, I like how you have a raspberry chipotle one. That sounds good.
Raspberry chipotle. Mm-hmm. So there is some
and the peach jalapeno.
Yeah, we got peach listed there. These are all options. So we're going to be doing some other combinations.
And on the fruits and stuff, you got to do what's in season too.
Right. And I'm going to be growing peppers going forward. So. But the goal would be to get this product at a local farmer's market in 2025. So that's the goal we have. We'll see. And, for the local people and see how that goes.
I feel like you could do it.
I think so. So we're on target for that, doing a lot of experiments and stuff. So have a lot of fun making that hot sauce, and we'll be doing some more. If you have any suggestions, just let me know.
Bottling it. I liked bottling it.
And we do bottle it. We sanitize the jars, boiling water, 10, 15 minutes. We fill the jars with water before you put it in there. We have a funnel that gets sanitized. The lids get sanitized, the whole 9 yards. Then it's bottled. It's properly below the proper limit for shelf life. It's tested and sealed. Yeah. And then you can just go ahead and have it on your counter for several months if you need to and enjoy some hot sauce. So it's a lot better making it your own too.
Right.
It's so much fun. You can just add things to it, throw some herbs. If you want to get rid of some vegetables or something, heck, you could throw it in there and maybe just find a new creation. Get rid of whatever it is, throw it in there. You got some herbs or something, throw it in there. So that's our hot sauce. We'll be talking more about that in upcoming episodes as we get more into that. And as the lore says, salsa.
Yes.
Yeah, so because our first hot sauce that we made was thick, which there's nothing wrong with that. You can have thick hot sauce, but I think it's a little overly thick, and it was more like salsa to me.
Right. And whenever we spooned it out and we put it on a chip or we dipped it was like salsa. It was like salsa.
So I think,
and me and our middle son was like salsa.
Yeah. So I've redesigned it just a little bit so that it's more like a hot sauce, dripped more like sauce, and then we want to. She wants to go ahead and go into the salsa business.
Heck yeah.
So we'll make a jar of that's thicker, make a blueberry version, make multiple flavors, we're going to do some testing on that. There's just...
even with the salsa, we should do the peach too.
And this is all indoors. You know me, I'm all cook outdoors on the grill, cook outdoors on the smoker, or cook hot sauce indoors. Love it. Yeah. Love making some hot sauce. So we'll be doing some more of that. Let's go ahead and jump into the chicken you cooked tonight.
Of course, it's cream cheese.
We already had an episode of cream cheese. We're on episode 29, and maybe 20 of them has had the word cream cheese in it. But she does like cream cheese. Smoked chicken cream cheese. If you could go ahead and just, I did not see you make this, although you prepped it and I put it on the smoker for a couple of hours. How did you make it? What went into this? Let everybody know.
All I did was 2 blocks of the cream cheese in a bowl. And of course, it has to be room temperature. And then I diced up, this time around, because last time that I did the jalapeno thing, me and our youngest were like, it wasn't enough jalapenos in it. So I actually did like 10 jalapenos in there.
That's Jacob, right?
Yes.
Jacob. Mm-hmm.
And I took out the seeds and stuff and chopped it up and put it in there. And then I added shredded cheese, which is the Mexican blend.
Okay.
So I did like 2 handfuls, in there.
Right.
And then I just mixed it up. And then the chicken breast, I kind of butterflied it, like you cut it on both ends.
Just to open it up.
And it opens up. And then I set all those aside. And then I stuffed it. And then I wrapped it with bacon.
Okay.
And then, of course, we put it on the pan. And then, of course, after it was all done, the leftover cream cheese, I just threw on top of it. And then you smoked it.
Yeah, and it was really good. There was a couple of, Brian that said it was hot.
So Ryan, he was eating them, and he decided to put some serrano peppers on it also.
Oh, okay. So he added stuff to it.
Yeah, but he said that he took one bite, and it was just the jalapeno. He's like, oh, dang, these are spicy. And then he already added more to it, and I don't know.
They sometimes, will cook something and they add to it before they try it, including seasonings. First thing be throwing, salt in it, and I'm like, you don't need no salt on there. This it's good to go right now.
Mm-hmm. And then Jacob said it was spicy with the jalapenos, but he liked it, and I liked it too. It was pretty spicy. And then our oldest son decided to take off his serrano peppers and put them on Brian's peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brian's chicken.
Okay.
And then, of course, he goes and gets the salsa that we bought at the farmer's market.
Oh, yes.
Which was,
yes.
What is it?
Some ghost pepper salsa.
Yes.
Chili salsa, yes. So we went to the farmer's market and bought some of that. Yeah.
And he adds that on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
Yeah.
He could barely eat it.
But he did eat it.
Yeah.
But that's some good salsa right there, that ghost chili pepper salsa. And you got some queso from there, too.
We did get some queso. So I didn't really care for it because it was sweet.
You didn't like the sweetness to it?
No. I was really sad because, I was like, oh my God, it kind of looked like the Mexican queso that that you go to, what do you call it? Ted's,
Yeah, a little restaurant locally owned here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not taste like it at all.
Yeah.
It was just sweet. I don't know why. Something in there was just sweet.
Yeah, so we did. We made a trip to the local farmers market here in Oklahoma City, the Scissortail Park, if you've heard of that.
And I would like to go again.
And most days it's free parking. There are some set days where there's some games or events going on where it's not. So you got to watch out for that. But today it was, and park free there. Went there, looked at all
today. It was yesterday when we went.
Yesterday. Looked at all the produce. They had several produce out there. They had
John had beer.
They had local anything grown or made here. So at 9 a.m. they poured a beer.
Oh, and then what was the young girls?
A local brewery. I can't remember. Is the Big Friendly? And by the way, if you look them up, the Big Friendly has been one of the number one breweries in the nation for about 3 years. So they are always they've been at the top.
One day we'll go.
Yeah, I haven't ever actually been there. They just had a little truck out.
I'm not an IPA person or but I like trying it. Yeah. When we went last time, I liked trying it. So I just ew.
And then they had a one stand there where you had a pastry.
Yes. And, I wish I would have got the young girl's name on the bakery thing.
Well, they have a list on their website of all the vendors.
Have to go back.
So if you look through there, you probably might recognize it.
My goodness, I ordered a lemon muffin, and that tasted so good. She did a good job.
I had a chocolate brownie from her, and it was real good.
You had a brownie chocolate chip?
A chocolate chip brownie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked good, too.
It was good. And, you can get coffee as well as grounds.
I almost went and got a coffee from
And then they had some made there. So
I decided to go.
Wherever you are, check it out. Be sure you go to your local farmer's market. It's a great place to get great ingredients to support the local community you live in, too.
Next time we go, we'll do like a list of everybody that's there, and because I wanted to try the nuts guy or something like that. I forgot what it said on there. It has he does peanut butter and different flavors, and he has these jars.
Right.
So I wanted to try that, but then I went to the muffin.
Gotcha. Went to the muffin. That muffin drew you there.
It did. I saw lemon, and I was like, okay.
But I really think the farmer's market barbecue kind of go hand in hand to me. It all works together.
Well, the reason why we were going to the farmer's market was to try to look for blueberries, but
couldn't find
no
any.
such luck.
I've also been trying to find the super hot peppers and stuff there. Haven't been able to find any.
No.
So I'm going to, like I said, be growing my own. I'm still looking for a local place I can get it because I don't want my items shipped somewhere. I want it to be local. Everything I do.
Why don't we try that Old Paris flea market?
Yeah, we could try that up. I don't know if they'd have anything like that.
They sometimes have fruits and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we could definitely give that a try. But let's go ahead and talk now. I told you earlier, Yelp, they have 10. I've got the list of the top 10 barbecue restaurants in the nation. Again, none of the top 100 made Oklahoma. But there's one on here. I'll go over these just in case you're out traveling around. I don't really know anything about them. But number 10 is DeLauder's Barbecue. Never heard of that, have you?
No.
That's in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. If you're listening to us from Tennessee, there you go. Be sure, if you're traveling, check DeLauder's. Is that how you say that? DeLauders Barbecue.
Have no clue.
Hot Spot Barbecue is number 9 in Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah. You know what? I think my stepsister
Has she been there?
is somewhere over there.
You
So
might
I'll
have to ask if she's been to Hot Spot Barbecue. Coming up, here's one me and you're going to visit real soon. But first, we've got Fire Hole Barbecue in Yellowstone, Montana, which is close to where someone was here from their union. They were from Wisconsin. So that's because Yellowstone's... Yellowstone's in Wisconsin, I believe, as well as Montana. So they are not in that state.
Well, she's moving to Oregon, so.
Then we got Haywood Smokehouse from Waysville, North Carolina. That's at number 6. And then Kansas. Now, this one's not far. This is another one we could try. Just take a road trip out. Joe's Kansas City Barbecue from Kansas City, Kansas.
Road trip.
Take a road trip there.
Yeah.
We got Fox Smokehouse Barbecue from Boulder City, Nevada.
Okay.
Vegas people, or I don't know how far close that is to Vegas. That could be quite a ways out, but
Well, Nico will have to
tell him to go try that out and get back to us. Now, the next one we're talking about, me and you're going to eat. It is about under 4 hours away. Tyler's Barbecue. I checked it out. They got a good website, shows a lot of stuff. I think they're closed Sunday, Monday, open Tuesday through Saturday. Tyler's Barbecue. If you've had it, let me know. All the ways you can contact us will be in the show notes. And Amarillo, Texas. So I figure how we're going to do this is we're going to be going to Arizona in November. Mm-hmm. We're going to lock a way. Okay. We're going to schedule it in either there or on the way back.
How about because me and the kids were talking about, stopping places. We should do it on the way back. Because, on the way there, we got to.
Yeah, we'll do it on the way back. There. I'd like to get some video of it.
Okay.
Some footage of it, show it, have it on the channel, talk about it on the podcast. It's Tyler's Barbecue, Amarillo, Texas.
Okay.
I watched they did some pulled pork, had coleslaw. I mean, it did look fantastic. So according to Yelp ratings, they're number 4. And this is as of May of 2024. The top 3, Corkscrew Barbecue in Spring, Texas. Okay. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, Arizona.
So is that close to Phoenix and all that?
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
We'll have to look that up since we'll be down there.
Wright's Barbecue in Johnson, Arizona is number one.
That's Arkansas.
Oops, Johnson, Arkansas. So that's the number one. But we're going to be checking out that Tyler Barbecue. If you've been to any of these.
Where's Arkansas? Where's that by?
Well, that's right next to us.
Oh, I could go
Yeah,
there
just east
too.
of us. Yeah. Yep, we could go there. Have to check it out. I want to do some road trips and try some of these. But
So how far is the Kansas City, Kansas one? Is that far?
I don't know, 4 or 5 hours maybe.
Because I know Kansas City is like right beside us.
Yeah, so that's one we can check out. But Oklahoma didn't make any of the list. Needs some on there, unfortunately not. So we got to start using that Yelp app.
Because you think, what is that barbecue place that we went to?
You're
And it was
thinking
really good.
of Bibs.
Yeah,
And I'll give a
good.
shout out to them. Hey, you should be on the top 100.
I
Bibs,
think so too.
barbecue. But there's thousands of restaurants. But they are outstanding. If you're ever in the Oklahoma City area, look them up. Bibs Smokehouse Barbecue.
I think they tasted good.
Yep. So that's the top 10 restaurants of May of 2024, kind of like lists like that. And when we find some more or some other top 10 or top 20 things, we'll bring it on the podcast, various topics. So that's kind of cool right there. Yeah. And go ahead and let's talk about some of the comments from the community. Go ahead and tell me what's been going on, what people have been saying.
Okay, on the cream cheese video, it was at this Grill Life.
This Grill's Life, Tony. Yeah. That's Tony over there at This Grill's Life.
It says, great video, Okie. And then at Cooking with Sherry, it says, delicious is all that matters. Great share.
Yeah, and because we're talking about on the video how it kind of melted apart and everything. And she says, well, delicious. That's all that matters.
All right. And the meatloaf bacon wrapped video at KME Food. Mm-hmm. We love low carb recipes. This looks really great. I like how the bacon is wrapped. Yeah.
And she always is commenting and always says she really enjoys the low carb and
which is good.
And the keto stuff. Yep.
Okay. It's at Cooped E Grill.
Cooped the Grill.
Okay. 7238. This looks amazing. Can't wait to try this at our house.
Give it a try. Mm-hmm. Let me know what you think.
And then at Hey Dean B.
Hayden B. Grilling right there.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe you should say the names, babe. Okay. Dang, this looks good. Good idea with the pork rinds. Never would have thought of that.
Yeah, the pork rinds. So if you don't know, what we did was we, instead of using crackers, just took some pork rinds out of a bag.
Yeah, and
put them in the.
You can even
put them in the.
The
meatloaf.
meatloaf.
You just ground them up and throw them in the meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the meatloaf. Okay, and then the short video, the pork butt fell in the pit barrel.
Yeah, it fell in. There's a clip of it where it fell in.
I didn't know this. Okay. At Dink, right?
That's good enough.
9288639. Mm-hmm. Well, he put really? I can't say this word, but it's FK that. I always use the great expect for ribs and half chicken.
I always use the great except for ribs and half chickens. Well,
so what does that mean?
He is saying basically why did we hang the
pork butt?
The pork butt. Yeah, he's saying screw that. Okay. Put that on the grate, and that's what he does. Now, what happened here, and
You're reading this one.
I commented back to him and told him, I just left it on long that time, and it's just a short video, and I have a clip of it, and I just commented a couple 2 or 3 days ago, and basically saying he would use the grate, but if you pull it off when you're closer to about 160 degrees, 155, don't go above 165, you can pull it off just fine. I let that one go long. I think I let it go to about 175, so it had gotten so tender, and it didn't fall off until I decided what I was in the process of doing was pulling it out of the pit barrel, and then I was going to wrap it, and put it back on the grate till it got done. As I started pulling it out, it just fell in. And you can see that clip on my channel. Also, if you watch our trailer on the YouTube video, there's a small clip in the trailer where that happens. And of course, if you watch the full video, there's a spot where it falls in. So I've always kind of liked it.
I must have not watched
I thought it was actually kind of cool how that happened. And I got it on film where that fell in. But hey, like I told him, there was nothing wrong with it. It fell right into some charcoal, fell right into some hot fire.
You just dusted it off.
Pull that thing out. That thing was excellent. We went ahead and wrapped it, put it on the grate. Now, what you do got to be careful for is you don't forget about it and let it cook till it gets too tender. And that goes with ribs or anything.
It just falls apart completely.
and then it falls in, and it's just. And I have had that happen. It's been a long time, but I've gotten better at hooking them. You can double hook them.
Right. Didn't that
go
happen
2
with
ribs, 3 ribs deep.
It happened to the ribs or something. Right?
Yeah, you go out there and you look in there and you got 1 rib on the bottom, and it's
no, I do have something in there for you to cook. This.
Well, what are we cooking
next week? I don't know. I forgot what I bought, but something wrong with my. I keep on hearing myself go in and out.
Yeah, hopefully it sounds good. Hopefully she's not going in and out, but I keep hearing that too.
Yeah, it's bugging me. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. Is it? Dang it. I wish I remembered what it was called, but I have something for you to cook in there. And I don't know if we're going to make like tacos with it or something. Does that sound good?
Yeah, well, we don't know what it is though.
Right. Well, I mean.
Is it just some kind of a beef or something you get in there?
Yeah. It looks like you can shred it up and stuff. So
we're going to smoke it?
Yeah, of course.
Well, we'll talk about that next episode. The secret item that, what is it? Just something you just found at the store and said, I just want to pick this up?
Yeah, it was at Winco.
Okay.
So I was like,
was it on sale?
Good.
Just something cheap?
It was on sale, I believe. You're the one that I asked you.
Oh, I was with you.
Yes, you were with me. I just forgot what it is.
Well, we'll give that a try. We'll talk about that again on the next episode. Also, the one she says she wanted me to read, and
it's a long one.
I don't know if I want to read this. Basically, just paraphrase this one. A guy at Jared McCree, and this is what making videos is really all about. So I have a video where I was breaking in my pit boss, and this guy had said, I believe this is a reply comment. We talked back and forth. And had said he was looking at getting one of these. The pit boss that I was using said, good video. And I went ahead and replied back, said, yeah, I still use it. I use it every week, several days a week, in fact. And then he replied back and said he has a food handler's certificate in Texas. So congratulations on that. Also says he's looking to get a little side hustle going on in the barbecue business. He has a passion for cooking on the pit. And he's heard a lot about pellet grills, and he likes the versatility that they bring. And you can cook in different methods, and you can cook pretty much anything on them slow. You can cook a little hotter. And he's thinking of doing a hustle where he can do different sides of meat off the pit, and just been researching videos from other people that post them, and was telling me that he I really appreciate your video and helping out other people like me on deciding if this is one for me or not. He liked how I just told how it worked. I'm not trying to push you on it. I don't get nothing if you buy it. And he was researching. So real cool guy. Talked back and forth to him a little bit, and that's what it's all about. I really like it when I get comments like that every now and then, where someone said they help, or I show something that they had an issue with, and they said they did that and it fixed their grill problem, or they decided to purchase something because of what I did, or they're going to try to cook something and everybody enjoyed it. So always good to hear positive feedback like that. And if you want to give any positive feedback, be sure and do so. All the information will be in the show notes where you can find to do that. If you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify or any of those on your phone, you can always leave us a text. We're on every podcast platform known to planet, just about. You can find us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, it is a separate YouTube channel. What's the YouTube channel called? Do you know?
Why do you always do it to me? You put me on the spot.
Yeah. What is it? Well, Okie Smokin podcast.
See, you always make me have brain farts.
It's our regular channel is the Okie Smokin channel. That's the one with the majority of the subscribers. But we got the Okie Smokin podcast. So if you want to watch the podcast of us just talking our heads off.
Your hat.
Oh, I got the wrong hat on. I do have an Okie hat. Do have the wrong hat on. Yep. So I'll get that on the next episode. So you can find us there on the Okie Smokin podcast YouTube channel, also on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
Thank you for listening to the Okie Smokin podcast. Episodes drop every Monday. Don't forget to follow this podcast, or you might miss out on some delicious creations. You can also find us on our website, okiesmokin.com, and on YouTube and other social media platforms. Until next time, keep firing up that grill.
There's a brand new feature available on the Okie Smokin podcast, and it involves you. That's right. Send me and Dolores a text. And it's never been easier. Simply scroll down to the show notes description and you'll see where it says, send John and Dolores a text message. Click it. Talk to us. You're probably using your phone anyway, so do it now. Can't wait to hear from you.